In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to get godlike mechanics like you see on the screen right now. So let's get into the video. All the tips in this video are gradually going to become more and more advanced. So the first tip is going to be pretty basic, but tip 1 is pretty much to free build. Every time you come on Fortnite, you need to hit the cranks and you need to load out the crank simulator map. The code should be on the screen right now. So yeah, just type that in and then you just start cranking. What a lot of people do wrong when they crank is that they do the exact same thing over and over again, which I have fallen to myself. I have gotten stuck doing the same thing over and over again, but yeah, try to do different kind of things and try to learn different kind of edits and try to perfect them. You could also use your fantasy and try to imagine that it's a different person that you're fighting and try to please control them. If you really want to try something different, you could try cranking on a different region. So I've been trying to crank on NA where I have like 90 ping in creative. This helps because sometimes in scrims and in game you're going to be lagging a lot and the input delay is going to be unbearable. So by playing on a different region, you're pretty much simulating that situation. So it is actually pretty good practice, like I can't lie, it's kind of underrated. And if you really want to go in, you could also look your FPS, but I don't know, I think that's a bit too far. Tip number 2 is to optimize your settings and your keybinds and to try to decrease your input delay as much as possible. I would recommend watching Itiorian's videos on how to optimize your keybinds.
Oh my gosh, it feels so good in my head.
And you could also probably find some videos online on how to optimize your PC so you get as low input delay as possible. And what I say by optimizing your keybinds, I am not saying that you have to change all your keybinds, but make sure that your edit bind is pretty easy to hit and it's pretty close to your hand. I remember back in the days I had my edit keybind on G, but now I have it on F, and it actually helped my edit speed a lot. So yeah, I would recommend, if you still have it on G, I would recommend switching to F or to E. I'm not sure which is faster, F or E, but they're definitely faster than G, I think. But mostly keybinds are your personal preference, so try to not change them too often, because that will actually mess up your gameplay a lot. So try to stick to some good keybinds that are pretty optimized, so they're not holding you back. Tip number 3 is to practice scuffed edits. And what I mean by scuffed edits is pretty much when you're in a scenario where a wall or a stair is literally in your face, which could happen a lot in game, but not really in creative when you're cranking. So I would recommend putting yourself in those scenarios so you know how to get out of them quickly and you know how to get good exit control and stuff like that. You should also be aware of over editing, so you should try to make as little hand movement as possible when you're editing to maximize your edit speed. There are some great maps for scuffed edits out there, so I might put some up on the screen. One of the best maps I would recommend for just overall editing is this map right here, Kovacs Piece Control. This map is really good because it has a bunch of different piece control scenarios where you need to use your mechanics to piece control different bots. And it also has a scuffed free building map where it's pretty much like normal free building. The only difference is that it's a bunch of different objects and shapes in the way when you're free building, which pretty much makes it more realistic and better practice. The only downside with the map is that it's pretty laggy, but I guess that could be good because it feels more like in-game than creative. My 4th tip in this video is to play Turtle Wars. I think Turtle Wars is one of the best ways to get your mechanics that you have trained up by cranking in the crank simulator map and then transition that into a real match against real players. I think Turtle Wars is a great way of doing that. Even though it's not that much room and that much space, it still involves you editing and making scuffed edits and really using all of those mechanics. You could also play the new game mode, the Booga game mode. I think that's also like an interesting way to train your mechanics. Tip 5 is to watch other players crank, and I know this might sound a bit weird, but like with all the other things in life, watching other players doing something before you will actually improve your ability to do those things. So watching people crank and do stuff in creative will also inspire your brain to learn those stuff and to do them. I would recommend watching Noah Riley and Epic Whale. I think they have some great piece control, and most of the time they never overdo something, they never do unnecessary edit, they mostly just keep it clean with the edits that are actually important. And my last tip for this video, I think this is tip number 5, is pretty much to eat healthy, get good sleep and work out. Those are the 3 principles of life that will literally affect your overall ability to play the game and therefore also improve your edit speed and your overall ability to outmaneuver and piece control people. Getting enough sleep will drastically improve your reaction time and your ability to just think fast. And I'm pretty sure working out and exercising just improves your overall thinking and your stress levels and also your energy levels, so I think that's also a great way to improve your mechanics. But yeah, that's it for this video, and if you guys want to learn some more about piece control, I have another video about that. It's very advanced and it took a long time to make, so if you guys are into some more advanced stuff about piece control, then I really recommend checking out that video. It should be on screen right now.